I'd like to greet everyone again with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be upon you. No matter what your race, creed, religion, no matter what your color is, and no matter what your physiological, your theological, or your personal beliefs may be. You have a right. God give us a free will. We're all human beings, the bottom line. Again, I'd like to always say, if somebody forcing you to watch my YouTube videos, forcing you to follow me on Facebook or read any of my posts, go to your nearest law enforcement agency and report it, because I'm not directing them or demanding them to do it. I don't believe in using force unless force is being unwantedly used against me or my household. In other words, I will defend me and my household by any means necessary if we're attacked by anybody unjustly. But today is July the 11th, 2016, the time being 8:58 a.m. Central Time, or Charleston, Missouri time. It's almost getting close to that time to meet with these individuals. If you watch part 1 of Charleston, Missouri, Untold Stories, this is part 2. You will know that I'm about to meet with some individuals that's not from the boot heel. That's law enforcement agencies who have the authority, so they must be federal, have the authority to come down here and unseat judges, unseat police chiefs, lock up individuals that's running programs if they're doing anything illegal. Everybody in this town is not doing illegal things. I can't speak about every judge that's on the bench because I haven't been in front of every one of them. But if the shoe fit, wear it. But these people is investigative reporters that's interested. They done heard my story. And they just can't believe everything I'm saying is lies, because what they looking at is the fact that every time I speak about something that's unjust, I have facts. And all the people that attack me, black and white, all they have to say is, he been convicted back in 2001 for a sex offense. They would tell you it was rape. They would tell you that I'm a pedophile. But they can't produce nothing legally to show you that. They won't tell you or suggest to look at the police report that the individual that wrote, which was a Lieutenant Robert Hearns. They call him Bobby Hearns. He was the lieutenant back then, but he's the chief of police here now. They won't suggest to look like these other people gonna suggest, to look at the police reports that he wrote and see, do it meet up. The case was a misdemeanor sexual misconduct. Even today, I still plead my innocence. But when you're going up against a system, I'll give you a scenario. If you're a black man or a person of color going up against individuals that's a part of the Ku Klux Klan, and a Ku Klux Klan hung somebody, or you done fought off one that was trying to hang somebody in your family, and you go in front of them, they not going to see it justifiable. I didn't have a fair trial, but I never was accused or convicted of being a pedophile nor a rapist. But yet, here is a man Everybody know in this town, they give him too much authority, but the feds didn't give him enough authority back in 1998 when they came and put him in handcuffs. He pled guilty to his. I didn't plead guilty to mine, and today I still stand my ground to say that I was not guilty. But let me show you how they like to attack me. This same man, Lester Gillespie, like I say, he's a program director for the Suzanne Wesley Family Learning Center here in Charleston, who they get many of grants. They get all type of donations of money. They got these food programs. They have children scattered all over. Don't make a difference if it was storming and raining. Today, at noontime, they're going to have them out there with them infested mosquitoes, flies, sitting out in that wet water in the grass, eating that food. When they got a building that's donated to them on Marshall Street, 601 Marshall Street, the old G&H Furnishing Company, or 700 Cy Williams Drive, at the old Lincoln School, or the C.F. Bowen Center, or all these other churches that's taking this money to have these food programs in the summer, to each his own. The feds watching all of it. All you got to do is just look at the news in Southeast Missouri. You got preachers, people that call themselves preachers, being arrested by the federal government, the FBI. See, that's what it's going to take. The state is not doing their job. The local people not doing their job. It's taking the federal government in the state, Missouri State Highway Patrol, to lock up some of these preachers and bishops and apostles, politicians. They misusing government funds. Ask some of these females in town about Lester coming to buy their food stamps. You making all this money. Why you want to take from the poor? But the feds know it all. They may not care in Charleston, Missouri. The locals don't. But I bet you the feds is interested in you. They know what you're doing. They know you have politicians. They know Suzanne Wesley Family Learning Center. They have staff members that work for the state's attorney's office. That's why I'm always in front of a judge when you, Lester Gillespie, file something against me. All police won't do what that police did when I videotaped you on April the 9th of 2016 when you was right down the street from me, right on my block, telling little children that I raped children to run, that they're afraid of me. You wasn't afraid, because if you was afraid, you'd have called the police. The police wouldn't have called you. That ain't normal procedures. You see, the police must have something personal against me, because he came to my house on August the 29th of 2015, when his chief of police sat in his vehicle right in front of my house, didn't get out, when my house was shot up 5 times, and I had 2 little minor children and an 88-year-old World War II veteran dad who fought against Hitler in my house. You couldn't find the bullets, and I found it and happened to have it in the streets, and you happened to come by, and I'm videoing you picking it up. You don't like me showing that it wasn't a thorough investigation. There was no yellow tape out there. There was no setup putting the little markers down to show that it's a crime scene. But if you look at the chief of police, just last month in the first part of June. Now, let me go back. He don't have time when I go file a police report on the 18th of April against somebody that was threatening me and frightening my children. That was the 18th of April. Every time I asked the police officer for the report to go down and get the report, the chief haven't signed on it yet. He hadn't had time to look at it yet. This is July, but he had time last month. A month after I done asked him, have he signed off on this police report? Just last month in Lincoln School, this is where they always use all the criminals. That's politicians and things. They use Lincoln School. He's in a video, the chief of police, Robert Hearns, in a YouTube video with somebody Him and 3 is his officers. One of the officers that wrote that report on me against that Lester, that he called Lester to put a case on me. 2 of the other officers, that was Officer Zach Albright, and then Officer Brenda Bickford, Bickford, is the female officer that's a resource police officer for the R1 school district, who questioned my daughter 5 days after the bus driver did what he did to my daughter. She tried to force my daughter to say that the bus driver was just trying to help her. She questioned it without my permission, or without my knowledge, or without my presence. If a bus driver did what he did to my child, what did it take you 5 days to want to talk to her? You wanted to talk to her when I wasn't around. She had already told me her story. Y'all didn't want to hear it. But then the other officer out there was Officer Mike Coleman, who, when I went to file charges on somebody that threatened me on April the 18th, when I went down to the police department to file the charges, Mike Coleman, the chief of police, and Sergeant Percy Owens told me I got a warrant out for my arrest. They wouldn't let me file. But the chief had the chief of police, Brenda Bedford, Mike Coleman, and Zach Albright. He had his 4 law enforcement agents up here being a part of a fictitious, mock, make-believe crime scene. He has his camera. He has the little markings, numbers 1 through 8 or whatever, have bullets down there, have the local newspaper there. And he got time to do this here, but he ain't got time to sign off on this police report today. I still don't have it. April, May, June, July, 3 months, still don't have it. Don't want to give it to me. But he can make this YouTube video of a mock scene, but yet when my house got shot up on the 29th, he didn't have no yellow tape. He wouldn't even get out the vehicle. And then the same police, Brenda Bedford, she got the little marking things and then the little yellow tape putting it out, but yet she couldn't question this white bus driver who was left alone with my then 5-year-old daughter February the 1st, 2012 on a school bus with the negligence of the Charleston R1 school district. But she can be up in this video. NAACP President Arthur Cassell, the pastor of Mercy Seat Baptist Church here in Charleston, Missouri, an Army veteran, been working for the post office for the last 30 years. He ain't fought nan civil rights case here. Every time I try to get him to get involved, he can't get involved. But he was in this YouTube video. The black funeral home. They allowed a casket to be used in this mock video, saying it was stopping the violence. But where are they at when all the shooting? Ain't none of them here. None of them here. But all them same ones attacking me, they getting honor in the video. But where's they when the blacks getting shot in the community? The NAACP president ain't here. The chief ain't putting no markers out there. Look at some of my YouTube videos. IVYRAYLOUIS, all spelled together. Then a little space, YouTube videos. And you will see blacks on the ground shot. One of them, they had tape, but it was civilians all around the guy. They wanted to kill him. They could have killed him. But yet, they study trying to attack me. I got to go to court next month on trial for merely doing the same thing they doing. They making a YouTube video that's fictitious. I'm making one that's real. Why is it that they trying to attack me? Why is it the chief got a time to be in a mock, fictitious YouTube video and he got him and 3 of his other officers, all this violence going on in the black neighborhood, being up here by a historical black school, got bullets and everything, but he ain't got time to sign off on a police report so I can get for my records. Peace, be still.